everybody wants to have the attitude that he has out there because all he wants to do is win. That's all we want to do.
When you saw this regionals at Stillwater and you weren't getting sent even to Houston or Dallas or someplace, how excited were you when you saw it was going to be in your backyard?
Oh, I was glad. I mean, we had a couple places where we thought we were going, and Oklahoma State was one of them. But I was glad. I was glad to hear that we were going there. Familiar territory for me and James Teague, but I'm glad. I like the setup we have. It's going to be a really, really tough regional for us, but we play all we can. I think we'll be fine.
You were 11-12 and 1-5 in the SEC at one point this season, and at least it seems like that Memphis game might have been a pivotal point. Do you remember anything about that trip and anything that changed within the team?
There was a lot of different superstitions going on that we started. It was actually at that Memphis game when we were at their AAA park, and I don't know, maybe it was something with that. I'd blame it on the superstition almost because we did some things, and I feel like after that we got rolling. But baseball's such a hot and cold sport. I feel like that's where we kind of got rolling, and once you get hot, I feel like that really helps you out.
What were some of the superstitions, like socks, underwear type stuff?
It's a lot of secret stuff I'm afraid I can't give away.
The Ole Miss series right after that, you had a big situation there where bases loaded and nobody out, and you got out of it, and it seemed like that was a real big point in that win. Do you remember that, and just what do you remember?
Oh, I do. I mean, I remember putting it on myself to load the bases. Pretty much put myself in a hole, and then luckily I was able to get out of it, start filling up the strike zone. It's just pitching's all about getting that feel, and luckily I found it when the bases got loaded.
How cognizant of that streak the last 8 weeks where you didn't lose an SEC series?
It makes you feel good about what you're doing. We faced at one point the #1 team in the nation, went down there and beat them on their home field. Very good team in Texas A&M, and then on top of that, just week in week out, every team in the SEC is going to be great. If you can go out there and win 8 series in a row, no matter who you're facing, it's it's a great accomplishment. So I felt good about it.
To look back to where you were during spring break, with the losing record and 4 games below 500 in the SEC, how good does it feel to have this turnaround?
It feels great. I mean, I feel like it was a little bit more pressure for the guys who hadn't been here. Last year wasn't quite as dramatic of a fall at the beginning of the season, but we were struggling there right at the beginning of the season, and it turned around for us. A lot of the guys who had been here knew it would turn around, and luckily it did. Went really hot for us after that.
What do you think changed within the pitching staff? Because there were some of those midweek games there early. I think about the Gonzaga series where it just didn't go very well, and it didn't seem like that was the case as the season went on.
I think it was more just everybody finding their role and getting comfortable out there on the mound. Had a lot of young guys that struggled. Just had to switch around some roles with some people to see what was best for the team. And I think as the season goes on, every team figures what that is. And for us, once we figured out who our guys were and how they were going to pitch, it just went uphill from there.
Yeah, Dave said your curveball's getting pretty good to go with your other stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely been a pitch that I've relied on more than I figured I would. But it's almost getting to the point where as a reliever, if you can have a good curveball to throw over the plate, at times you can pitch backwards from a curveball to a fastball, and then if I can mix up a changeup in there every once in a while, it's just any way to mix it up in there and keep runners off base, keep them from scoring.
So you throw fastball, changeup, curve, slider?
Just fastball, changeup, curveball.
You have a slider?
No, I don't. It's just one breaking ball.
What do you know about Oral Roberts?
Not a whole lot. I have a few buddies that I play with growing up there. Grew up 5 minutes from there, but I know it's a lot of older guys on the team, guys who might have graduated before me in high school, but they're a good ball club. I know that, and looked up their stats. I know they can hit, have like the second best average in the nation. So as a pitching staff, we're gonna have to go out there ready to play, not overlook them.
Zach, did OSU recruit you much?
They did.
Early?
It was just I kind of had my eyes set on here. This was a place, even though coming from Oklahoma, a lot of Oklahoma kids I played summer ball with went there, but I loved it here.
Was it about pitching in the SEC or any of that?
It had something to do with it. SEC 2 hours from my house. That was probably the biggest thing for it. But it was just I fell in love with it when I got on campus here, and it was the best decision for me.
Staying probably didn't hurt either, right?
Oh no, it was a great decision. I don't regret it at all.
No, the stadium. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't quite get crowds like this hardly anywhere else in the nation. So I definitely no regrets.
Thanks, guys.